Welcome back to Prince's Golf Club for the 888poker.com Tour Championship. Delighted to say I'm joined by Ross McFarlane and John E. Morgan. All three of us really enjoying this superb final round to the season. And John, please tell me your initial, your E. That stands for Excalibur, surely.
Eduardo.
Eduardo. Good enough. Good enough for royalty. Good enough for Mr. Morgan.
Yeah, good man. Thank you very much, Simon.
We can call him Mr. Ed now, can't we?
Now then, this final group are providing us with some entertainment, but we've also got some really good cameo roles going on throughout this field as people battle for a top 5 place at this Tour Championship. Gavins, who's impressed all season long, continues to impress. This hole, they're making it look so comfortable.
It sits up very nicely, wind helping a little from the right, flag on the left-hand side. It's almost like it's a wedge and 9-iron hole, so they're eating it up.
Yeah, I mean, earlier on in the week it was playing into wind, stroke wide. It was playing very tough hole, but now it just looks like they're just ripping it to shreds. But this 10th hole is in a different league of its own as well. This green is fantastic.
Yes, Bateman just missing out there, our hole-in-one boy from today. Richard Wallace, what an excellent final round he is having, going about his work very considerately. Just trying to make things happen, but he's played some solid golf as Wallace.
Approach to the 9th for Simon Lilly. Likes a Tour Championship, Simon, doesn't he?
Two-time winner, funnily enough. Last one back in 2009.
Yeah, he likes the bit between his teeth, I think. He loves it. Thrives on it.
Yes, Northamptonshire's finest, enjoying his day on the links.
McGeady with his new wand. The putter, is it going to continue working? Little left to right at the end. Oh, just a bit too much pace. That's all. But it's good to see him running the ball at the hole. He was very tentative earlier on in the season.
I tell you what, though, we've seen Wallace put this one up lovely close to the pin. Has he done the same? Whoa.
Yeah, a bit of Kiwi magic required there from Bateman, but it's not quite happening.
I tell you what, Gavins has got a great read off McGeady. Can he capitalise on it? He knows, don't give the hole away.
Come on, the only player in the entire field not to hold one of those today so far, and finally he's got it moving.
He stayed a lot more still on that one.
Definitely, Ross. Can agree with you more there, mate.
Wallace at 14. Wee bit tentative, but understandable.
That just jumped a little bit, like a couple of feet off the thing. That just took the pace off it, unfortunately. Bang on line, just lacked it a little bit.
Strange, isn't it, when we get a period of calm like this without the putts dropping in from all angles?
Pars are so crucial at this stage in the round. So if you can get up and down here, and that's another drop shot. So it's bogey after a hole-in-one. He drops back to 8 under.
What you're saying, Ross, he's just up with the ferries for a little bit and just lost his, mental thought, after a hole-in-one, all a little bit carried away, and that's what can happen, lose your focus.
Well, Ollie Farr, man of the moment, 2-shot lead at 12 under, keeping it going along nicely. And the likes of Daniel Gavins chasing the leader. Oh dear, he's shot into the 9th, but looming for our final group is the 10th. And John took a look at that on day 2 in the wind and the rain. Come in, John.
Well, here we are at the 10th, par 4, an absolute beast. Bit of a dog leg, right to left, as you can see, 454 yards is playing off of this tee box. And obviously hazard down the left, thick bund. I mean, I played it yesterday and there was downwind. Different case scenario today. It's into an absolute hoolie. I'm gonna have to bail out down the right hand side. Can't take it on too much on the left. And I don't know what on earth I'm gonna be leaving myself in for, but I'm gonna try and crank one up, loosen up the muscles. Got to pump one really low under the wind and see what happens. Now, I'm not gonna be greedy. Straight at this bunker and put a good swing on it. I tell you what, that's a bit high, bit floaty, not too high, but that is going to leave me with a pretty long shot in. But anyway, let's go up there and have a little look. Yesterday, I came out on the golf course, the wind was slightly around the other direction. I played a big draw, hugged the left-hand side, and I went in with a sand iron. I mean, now, can you Adam and Eve it? I've got a 2-iron. Unbelievable. And this green, just look at it. That's the only flat bit there is. Look at it. Unbelievable. This is all falling away into big gullies and high rough. I mean, this is what you call a cracking par 4, especially to start the back 9 of all things. You know, this is brilliant. But can you feel this breeze? It's so strong. But anyway, come on. I've got a lit one, haven't I? Now, 2-iron, we know what's got to happen. Got to hit it low, got a bunker short. There's no room for error. If you want to hit the green, it's got to be down the flag. It's got to be absolutely piped. So anyway, here we go. Back of the stance, needed to come out low, but I must carry that bunker. Here we go. Turn, ball, turn. Oh, I tell you what, that's carried the bunker. I don't know what kind of bounce I've had, but let's go up and have a little look. Now I've left myself plenty of green to work with, a pretty good chance to get up and down to save my par. So I'm just going to hit one more chip. I'm not going to putt out, but just see if I can redeem myself and get it pretty close. And I tell you what, he's about pin eye, well just short of pin eye, bit of spin. That wind helped me be able to be really aggressive at the pin. You know, otherwise if it was downwind it'd probably be a little chip and run, but what a great par 4, don't you agree?
We do indeed, John. A little disappointed you didn't drain the 2-iron, but nevertheless, good feature.
Yeah, I do apologise for that. I really do. Just, I tell you what, though, that hole, honestly, for me, is probably one of the best holes on the golf course. It just says everything. It's so demanding. The second shot is, you know, as we can see now, it is unbelievable. I mean, no room for error. You've got to be pinpoint accurate on this approach shot.
Hemstock then will be conscious of what's just happened to Lily's ball and trying to move it back in, and he's got his angles right there.
Such a tough flag to get close to. Gavins, after extricating from a very poor lie on the right-hand side of 9, used the contours on the left side of the green, and after seeing where his ball was, he'll be delighted with the par.
That was a great pace putt. Right, Bateman, what have you got in store for us? Another one?
Rubbish, he missed.
He lagged it.
Didn't allow for the rotation of the earth there. I think that was the problem.
I'll tell you what, lovely comeback from the young New Zealander there, Bateman. Super tee shot once again. Oliver Farr, our leader, just drifting away there with his birdie opportunity, but he'll be more than happy with his position at the moment. And a tricky one here for Lily.
Yeah, very tall posture over his putts here, Lily. Just really lets the putter swing. But I tell you what, that's got to hold on. If that catches that slope, that is down. Ooh, that is on a knife's edge.
Well, we'll go ahead to where some of our leaders reach this 15th, the last par 5 on the course, 514 yards. And you can see the green itself perched up quite high. It's very important to get your tee shot in play so that you can attack this green, which is quite narrow.
Well, Ross, while you've got the mic, a little bit of history about Prince's.
Now there's, incredible history, obviously the club itself. Next door to Royal St George's, of course, the 1932 Open Championship, where Gene Sarazen went on to win and debuted his sand iron. And of course, do you also know that Phil Mickelson and Gary Player are honorary life members here at the club?
Wow.
That must be our cue to say he must be a hit at parties.
Yes. Hashtag hit at parties.
Great stuff from Hemstock. He's another man with his game face on. Now Bateman, boy does he need this.
Yes, he does. Now we know where this break is coming. Has he got it? A little bit left to right, not too much. Ah, didn't hit it. He'll be very disappointed with that one. You're not going to get a much easier putt on this green than that.
Lily has his par putt. Also, I must say that 1956 they held the Curtis Cup here. 2006 it co-hosted the Amateur Championship with Royal St George's next door, and of course this year 2013 co-hosted the Amateur Championship again with Royal Cinque Ports, Deal, just down the coast.
Unbelievable.
It's a fantastic and rich golfing part of the world here on this Kent coast.
That's why we're so privileged to have it on our calendar on the grand final as well. I mean, what a place to be, having this great tournament.
And it is delivering as well. Far then, pushing not only for that top 5 spot and his card to the Challenge Tour, but pushing for the win on this year's Order of Merit. And things have really changed for Ollie Farr today. Fired things up quite beautifully. I love the way this man has recovered, though. Gavin's still got the bit between his teeth.
I'll tell you what, as they turn the corner now on the back 9, I don't know who I could call my favourite now, who I think's going to win. I mean, they're playing some great golf out there. I have no idea.
I'll let Michael McGeady know that you jumped ship halfway through the round.
You let me off.
Ooh.
I'll buy him a pint of Guinness.
Just about stays it. Well, those are 3 fantastic shots in. They were listening to you, John.
Yeah, I must admit that wind does help, because it's blowing out to sea. They can aim down at the right-hand side and just release it and let the nature take its course.
Time just starting to run out for Wallace. He's missed his birdie putt on 15. Now he's missed that on 16. It's really tightening up for those sort of players up there in the higher echelons of the Order of Merit.
About birdies at the moment. Bateman again with a chance, and this time he drains it, and he can put those 2 bogeys that followed the hole-in-one to bed now. Back in business is the New Zealander. Farr, McGeady and Gavins in our final group, all with a shot at taking one back from the course here.
It was a good putting stroke. Oh, and that deserved more. Just such a fine margin there, and that ball drops. And he knows it.
There's only been 13 birdies on this 10th all week. That shows you how stingy this hole is.
It is a brute, I must admit.
And that's even with the wind in the opposite direction as well, John, where, you know, they do have a chance of reaching it with a short iron, like you said.
Oh yeah, I mean, unbelievable. It's the only way you can take this hole on and make birdies, when you got yourself a wedge, a 9-iron or an 8-iron in. But my goodness, when I was left in there with a 2-iron, I mean, it feels like you're coming into a par 5. It's actually a par 4.
Gavin's looking for second on his own. Not quite. Well, a strange feeling of calm descending on Prince's at the moment, as the leaderboard, for once, stays virtually the same. Oliver Farr still with that 2-shot lead, but a cracking chasing pack. I wonder what number's going to be set in the clubhouse today. Well, let's go back to John and Spoony, talking about low punch shots.
Now, you might not be able to see, but you can definitely hear the wind is picking up. We've got the White Cliffs in the background, and we're now faced with 186 yards into wind of a nightmare tee shot. What do we do, John?
Well, just did it underneath the radar, man, and hope for the best. That's what I say.
This is nearly a trick shot.
It is nearly a trick shot. You're damn right it is.
Show us how to do it, Johnny.
Okay then, mate. Well, like we say, 186.
What would you normally hit 186 yards?
Well, 186 yards, probably between a 7 or a 6 iron, you know, just on normal swing. But now, I mean, this is like a 3-club wind. I mean, 2 3-club wind. I mean, I'm tempted to go 4 or 3 iron. I mean, I really am.
Well, go on then, let's have that.
I'm going to go for a 3 iron, and I'm going to pat it. And me, obviously, like they say, when it's breezy, swing it easy.
So where are you aiming?
I'm aiming just left of the target.
Okay.
Just going to let nature take its course towards the pin. As you'll see now, shorter stance, a little bit more open, ball in the back, hands forward, and I'm not going to do a big swing. Be pretty much a, you know, 3/4 and a short follow through.
Oh, that's delightful. Oh, golf shot, Johnny.
It was good distance, wasn't it?
Great distance.
Yeah. You gonna have a pop?
I'll have a little dig.
So what are you thinking?
Well, I'm gonna hit a 3-iron as well. Yeah.
Good man. Like to see it. You've got more muscles than me, mate. You should power this to the back edge, I reckon.
I tend to hit the ball low anyway, so I'll have quite an abbreviated follow through. Yeah. It won't finish in that traditional high.
Beautiful, man. Yeah. Well, come on then, man. Let's just see it. Oh, I tell you what, now that is, well, half the height of mine. And I tell you what, we virtually finished in exactly the same position. But, you know, that's how to do it, Spoony.
On a links course, that's what you do. Abbreviate the follow through, keep the ball low, taking the spin out of it because you don't want the ball going up in the sky.